flag. Ahoy there, matey. Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-888-88-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Gregor First Mate, Barry the Boater, rounding out the crew as we attempt to navigate the latest boating news and information here on this holiday edition of the Big Show. By the way, biggest weekend for Christmas Light Boat Parades is this weekend. Winterfest Boat Parade in Fort Lauderdale, largest, they say, possibly in the world, going on in Fort Lauderdale tonight, as well as Key Largo in Florida. But they're happening all around the world, and I think this is the weekend to make it happen. So hopefully you've made plans already, and you're well on your way getting the best viewing spot for your local Christmas Light Boat Parade. It's the best way to celebrate the holidays, other than listening to the World of Boating and us ramble on and on about one of our favorite activities, which is going out on your vessel and having some fun. By the way, just for the record, we've kind of covered this before, but the best place to view a Christmas light boat parade, for instance, down in Fort Lauderdale, is from a rich person's house. That's what I've been told. Because it's only the rich folks live on the intercoastal, waterways there, but there are parties going up and down the intercoastal of Fort Lauderdale and South Florida this evening. And when you're in it, like I was last year, I was in the parade. I was on one of the Grand Marshal boats and waving to everybody for a couple hours as we cruised down the waterways in South Florida. I couldn't believe how many Christmas parties were going on watching the boat parade, and they were swanky. Some of them were wearing all suits and stuff. And, you could see all the food and the booze was flowing. People were having a good time. And I was like, gosh, I wish I was those folks, but I don't have enough money. Neither does Barry, because Barry has not been invited. So we haven't sucked up to the right rich folks in South Florida.
I wouldn't want to wear a suit in Florida.
Well, it depends on the party.
Chilly out. Yeah, it would have to be cold.
Go to Kohl's, get one of them cheesy Christmas suits for $50, Barry. You could do that.
Suit.
Yeah.
Bright
red,
never
green.
heard of such a thing. Oh, you mean
It's a store.
Like elf.
They have those. But you could afford a suit like that if someone invited you to one of those swanky South Florida soirees down there on the intercoastal.
No.
What do you mean?
My dress of going out is shorts, shirt, and flip flops.
Yeah. Well,
that's Florida attire.
There are places where you can do some viewing along the intercoastal down there in Fort Lauderdale for that crowd.
There are plenty of places.
But you want to weasel your way into one of these fancy parties. Because they are, when we cruised by them last year, I was like, golly, I wonder who's there. And I'm thinking, you're looking at the crowd. I mean, it looks like your typical Hollywood thing. People are in long gowns and tuxes. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's like, the people like Tom Cruise and all the famous Hollywood folks are probably out there doing these. These are fancy Christmas
in the really big McMansions, but there's also a lot of condos along the waterways there, and you get sometimes a better view from there because you get a balcony view.
Well, that's true, but you're and then you would have to have your own little private party, I guess. But I'm just saying, the people that seem to be having the most fun were these big, fancy Christmas parties. You could tell they were blowing it out, having a good time, cheering for all the boats But you could see the food. They'd have a buffet of lobster and everything.
I know you've got to have your food.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy what we were seeing. But I was like, gosh, if I only knew those folks.
And you just had a sandwich on that boat you were on.
You're right.
And you had to work hard for it, right?
Actually, it was like an energy bar. We had squats.
An energy bar, and you're just waving for 2 hours.
Send me a lobster tail over here.
I don't think that's
happening. The problem is I don't know any of those fancy rich folks, but they know us. So they know better to invite us, I think.
Exactly.
How that works. But yeah, those parties would be the ultimate thing. I mean, you're right. Along the condos, you get one of those high up balconies that overlook the waterway. Those are kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great viewing for sure.
Yeah.
But if you want to really take in the whole atmosphere, it would be one of those fancy parties. So it's always who you know or who you don't, like us. And say,
Right.
So we've been able to weasel our way into being in the parade, but being at one of those swanky parties, not so much. But you have your mission, Barry. If you choose to accept it, just go in there and go buy a suit. Come on, you could do it and weasel your way in, talk your way in to one of those fancy parties. Couldn't you do
Well,
that?
you just walk there like you have an invitation, and
act
you
like
say,
you
hey,
own the
remember
place.
me? Yeah, from 3 years ago.
Sir, where's
you
your
know.
car? Oh, I had the driver drop me off.
Yeah, driver drop me off just because
Yeah.
it said Uber doesn't mean anything.
But you got to wear
you don't
something
want to
more.
drink and drive, so
Well, true. But you got to wear something more than your fancy red cap and a T-shirt and shorts, though. You're going to have to get a suit.
you
or
mean I
something.
can't wear my World of Boating shirt?
I would advise against it. That's going to work
Oh.
against you for sure.
Okay.
You're going to have to wear a fancy suit, act like you belong, and just
I
talk
hate
your way
suits.
in. I know you do, but
Suits are
you
for
know,
weddings and for wakes.
come on, suck it up, Barry.
No, I
Okay,
don't like
he's
suits.
worthless. He ain't going to do it, even for the
No,
holidays.
you can do it. You're a
No,
big-
I'm not. I'm up in Orlando. I got too much going on.
No, I
tonight.
mean
I'm not
you
gonna
look
go.
like James Cameron, so I mean you could be his double there.
Oh, I could play that card, you say?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could do that. Sure.
All right. Well, who do you look like?
I look like no one.
I don't know. Hey, if you dressed up fancy, say you're Danny DeVito or something like that.
What? I am
I
not
don't
that
know.
short,
Yeah, okay.
and you're
maybe
not that tall. So
well, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll work on it or avoid it at all costs. Which is
just go
probably
on
safer.
Jeff's boat. Go on South Florida Dive Headquarters.
Well, that's what I did
boat,
last year. And
Yeah. and they're great.
Mm-hmm.
But they also, I don't know if they still do it. They would have a boat go out there with food. I think it was bring your own beer, but they had food on board, and then they would anchor.
Mm-hmm.
I guess someone at one of their houses would let them anchor there, or at least tie off there, so they could watch the festivities right from the boat.
Right. Well, yeah, I think they do. And
You think they still do that?
yeah, he invited me down, but I have some other stuff going on this weekend, so I wasn't able to make it. I should have called
But
you, and you could have filled in.
He
But
he
how
was
it
going to
goes.
make you clean the head. That's what the problem. was.
well, there's that.
Yeah, once a year it gets a really good scrubbing from you.
Mhm. Right. So, anywho, if you know someone, it's always, best if you can do that for one of your local Christmas light boat parades.
Sure.
We're talking mostly about Winterfest there in Fort Lauderdale, but this applies pretty much across the board. It's always who you know.
Well, the Key Largo one is fun too. If you recall, we were both down there at one time.
Yeah,
and
it's much
they
smaller,
actually had
much
like
more
they had-
intimate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they had a barge that had food and music playing.
Right. Well, yeah, a lot of the the track for the parade in Key Largo goes across these waterfront cafes.
Right.
So a lot of the restaurants down there are set up as viewing places, and so
Mhm.
it's not as hard to get into a good spot like
Yeah.
that. I actually have some friends that are in that parade tonight.
You have friends?
Acquaintances.
Okay.
I know them. They
Ah.
they don't really admit they know me, but they're helping out with the parade tonight. I mean, well, Captain Slade is involved in that. Our dive friend there, Barry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's always involved with the Key Largo
Mhm.
Christmas Light Boat Parade. But it's much
And he's going to be dressing up as Santa soon.
probably scuba Santa. He goes
Yeah.
down underwater, does that whole thing. But for the parade tonight, he's usually one of the main players to help orchestrate stuff. I think they might even have fireworks going. I don't know, but it's not nearly as big as Fort Lauderdale, but it's a really nice event, especially for the folks that live down there. But if you happen to be, playing tourist in Key Largo tonight, it's definitely a fun outing to be out there and see some of the boats parade along the waterway there. Have your dinner, have your Greg Nog, which is a little bonus, special recipe we came up with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. But
It's hard to keep that down.
right. But plan accordingly. It doesn't matter if you're in Key Largo, Fort Lauderdale, anywhere on the planet. Go to a Christmas
Go
light
to a
boat
boat parade. Yeah.
tonight. All right, more coming up. Barry's just got back from the Everglades. We'll talk about it next on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
There's something swell about the spirit of Christmas, to see what it does to people, all kinds of people.
When you hear bells, when you hear bells are ringing and voices swell, with all the carols singing, that's how you tell. It's time to do the Christmas cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Christmas cha-cha-cha.
Well, I don't need anything more for Christmas than this right here.
Well, you're easily amused, and we're glad you're aboard the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the boater, rounding out the crew. All right, so Barry went out for a little Christmas boating adventure to explore the Florida Everglades. You talked about it last week. It was basically to get out there, run the engine on your 17-foot Triumph, and maybe hit an alligator or two as a speed bump.
Nope.
No, that didn't happen?
I don't think so. No, but we did see alligators. It all started because I hadn't taken the boat out since last year, and I didn't want the fuel to go stale. Well, my boating mate, Miss Allie, my daughter,
right,
had some surgery back in January, and she could not get bumped or knocked around for a while, and I didn't want to take her out in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the idea of, well, let's find flat water, and the Everglades is flat water.
Right. And that worked out pretty good then, huh?
It worked out good. There's a boat ramp that's really close to the house.
Yeah.
A beautiful boat ramp.
So this was just yesterday, like on a Friday afternoon or evening, morning?
Friday morning. So
okay.
First of all, before I went out Thursday, I pulled the boat out of the garage. I put the engine in the test tank. I have a big tank that I use instead of the muffs that normally go in the lower unit. Ran the engine, checked all the electronics, everything. Everything's charging. Everything's working.
Okay.
Put the boat back into the garage. Friday morning, Allie came over. I had already had the boat hooked up, ready to go, and we took off, stopped at the gas station, picked up some snacks and ice.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the ramp. No, just simple snacks because we were going to get some gator tail for lunch because this place is called Holiday Park.
Yeah.
And they have airboat rides and they have a big concession stand and they sell, fried gator tail, which is normally really good stuff.
Normally.
Normally.
What it wasn't?
No, theirs was not good.
Why? What was wrong with their gator
I-
tail?
It just tasted bristly and like chewy, like it was the wrong part of the tail, or I don't know what they used, but
Huh.
it
Okay.
wasn't good.
I
Yeah,
always heard that gator tail was good. I've had it.
It is.
It's kind
I've
of
had
mean.
it.
It's almost like a cross between chicken and steak. Like
Yeah,
not quite as tender as steak, but
I thought it was more tender than chicken.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
hybrid between the two a little bit to me.
Yeah, but no, normally it's good. I've had it in a bunch of restaurants, but
Yeah.
for some reason this was not
You
good.
got some bad
And it
gator
wasn't
tail.
cheap either. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was kind of pricey too.
Huh.
Like $13.
Well, was it nuggets
for,
or was it a
yeah, little
sandwich?
nuggets, you
That's
know,
usually how
like,
they do it,
like
yeah.
10 or 12 of them. It wasn't big. It
But
was
it's just
it was expensive and it
chewy
was
and
yes, it was chewy and not so good.
huh.
So I would
Okay.
not recommend it.
Well, at least you got a bad
But-
batch. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But we did see the Broward County Fire Rescue airboat people were out there. They were doing some training. So we had 6 beautiful airboats all lined up, getting ready to go into the water
Yeah.
and do what they were going to do. And I had launched surprise, and Allie tied her off. And one of the guest captains or whatever came over and he said, "I am amazed." And I looked at him. I go, "Okay, what's up?" And he says, his wife will hold the lines and not do anything else. And he says, and he said, "I guess that's your daughter." He was amazed. She knew how to tie the boat up
Yeah.
and she knew what to do. And he was just amazed that she just took over and did all this stuff.
That
So,
you had her trained so well.
yeah, well,
Okay,
yeah, she
yeah.
learned well because I took her out often. So
Mhm.
we headed out. We're going down these canals. We were going to go visit it is a memorial to ValueJet Flight 592 that crashed in May 1996. It had just taken off from Miami International Airport.
Mhm.
There was a fire in the hole. It was in the hold. It was a DC-9 and it went down.
All
So
right.
we were going to go visit it. At one time, you could take your boat over there, and I guess there was a dock or something. You can get off your boat and actually see a memorial that they built there.
Okay.
So we
what,
start
was it a
heading down-
floating dock kind of thing, or what is it?
I don't know what it was, but this was years ago. It's not there anymore, and no one
Okay.
told me that.
Oh,
Instead, there were flood control gates that said no boats allowed. So we never got to see the memorial.
okay.
But we're heading down these canals. The water is absolutely flat, and Surprise ran gorgeously, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. It just hummed along. I got some video that I sent to you, and it was a beautiful ride. Allie counted at least 36 alligators that she saw along the banks, along with numerous other birds and wildlife.
Right.
But about halfway down, I start hearing a thunking noise. It sounded almost like the engine was backfiring, and I go, "What's that?" And I
Yeah.
slow down, and it goes away. Then I speed up, and it comes back, and it's intermittent. It isn't like a clock where it just keeps happening.
Okay.
I stop the boat. I lift the engine up, make sure nothing's tied around the prop or anything like that. Nothing. Can't figure out what's making that noise. Later on, Allie's, because it took us an hour and 15 minutes to get all the way down where we were going. She's standing back there and she says it feels like, or it looks like it's coming from the steering system. And I go, "Well, that's weird." We never find the problem.
No.
We turn around and we're heading back and it's still doing it. And then I'm looking at my depth sounder. And the
Yeah.
depth sounder is showing me not anything, no information. It's not showing the depth, but then I slow down and then I see the depth again. And then I speed up and it's gone. And then I notice the temperature gauge. It also tells you what the water temp was.
Okay.
It was 69 degrees when we started.
Yeah.
At this point, it was reading 32 degrees.
What?
Yes.
That doesn't sound
Something
right.
was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you just like overshoot a alien underwater base or something that caused the water temp
I
change?
thought those bases were only in the Atlantic
Well,
Ocean.
maybe you
so I don't
stumbled
think they were-
across a new one. I don't know.
No, this was 20 foot of water. There was no alien bases, and it certainly wasn't 32 degrees.
Yeah.
But something wasn't right.
Okay.
So I stopped the boat one more
Yeah.
time, and I'm trying to look down. This water is fresh water, but it's murky. It's that brown,
Brackish kind of thing
brackish.
going on.
Well, brackish is saltwater and freshwater mixed.
Yeah.
This is just like, I guess, from all the materials in the Everglades and
Yeah.
the sawgrass and all,
All
it's
the mud
brownish.
from the yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I couldn't see anything down there.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't about to stick my hand down there because you could see alligators swimming
Right.
along there. I mean, they're beautiful, but
Until
I'm
you
not
put your
putting my
hand down
in
there and they take it off.
Yeah, right.
Right.
And then,
Mhm.
hey, what happened to that? So eventually we start heading back, and we pulled the boat up, got it on the trailer. Then we walk around to the back, and the only thing left was a wire. The transducer, the thing that sends the information to the depth sounder, apparently had broken off. It had a plastic body,
Yeah.
and it just snapped. And the thunk that I heard was it flopping around in the water. It would hit the water and bounce up, and it hit the
So you didn't lose
transom of
it.
the
It
boat.
just came loose
Oh
from
no,
the
no, because eventually the wire broke.
Okay.
And that's why I was reading 32
But you didn't lose
degrees.
anything. You just got to put a new wire on it.
No,
right?
It's gone.
Oh, it is gone. I was hoping for a
Yeah.
holiday or Christmas miracle. So much for that.
Nope.
More coming up.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Frosty the snowman had to hurry on his way.
Oh, Frosty.
But he waved goodbye, saying, "Don't you cry, I'll be back to jam one day."
Don't you get all slushy, too.
Tum, tumpity tum tum.
Come on.
Tum, tumpity tum tum.
Come on.
Tum, tum, tumpity tum tum.
Hurry now.
Tum, tumpity tum tum. Tum, tumpity tum tum. Tum, tumpity tum tum.
Hurry up, Frosty.
Tumpity tum tum.
What's the matter?
Too cold for me, man.
Frosty the snowman.
Snowman. Listen, we go back to Jamaica. See him?
Great.
It's nice and warm.
I always wanted to see the town.
Can't do it in the store out there. Too cold, man. It's too cold. My feet, man, it's swelling up. See him? Too cold.
Happy birthday.
This is the World of Boating. Greg Reverse Mate, Barry the Boater rounding out the crew. We now got Camille DiMartini, who literally is just minutes away from going and scoring his best location to view the Christmas Light Boat Parade, the Winterfest Boat Parade in Fort Lauderdale tonight. Cam Walt, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing great, Greg. Things are super. I'm just about to run out the door here to watch the Broward County Hard Rock Seminole Boat Parade Extravaganza.
Very
which
nice.
began, by the way, in 1970.
Really?
This year, yeah, 1970. This year they're going to have over 100 vessels. Almost every year they have 100 vessels involved in the parade.
Right.
And it's just a wonderful thing. I actually am going to be on a friend of mine's boat who we're going to be anchored on the side. I was invited to go on in the parade, but the problem with that is you only get to see the boat in front of you and the boat behind you.
Right.
This way, if we're anchored off to the side, we can see all the boats.
Well, there you go. Yeah, and you know Walt knows people, so but you're actually going out on a friend's boat, not hanging out at a house on the intercoastal.
That's correct. On a boat, we're going to anchor out. Probably right off Sunrise Boulevard, I would believe.
A fancy one or what, Walt? What
Yeah,
kind of boat?
it's a 72-foot super
Okay.
yacht. You know.
There you go. See,
Is that fancy enough for you?
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, Walt knows he has many options. He could have
Oh,
been
yeah.
in the parade. He could have been at a friend's mansion on the intercoastal, or he could be on a boat. And you went the boat route this year just to mix it up. Walt, is that the deal? Yeah.
That's the deal. That's
Okay.
exactly what it was. You know, I the one thing that it's not viewable here from the Gomez Hilton, so I couldn't watch the boat parade from here. I could watch it from here, but I probably couldn't see it.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah. I mean, he has Gomez Hilton is his residence, and he has probably one of the largest tiki bars in the world right there at his home. He brought the bar to his house. I love it. But, well, you've done it all. You've been in it. You've watched it from a boat. You've watched it from a fancy mansion there on the intercoastal. Do you have a favorite spot? I mean, because you mix it up every year, don't you? Or what do you
Yes,
think?
I do, Greg. You know, in the old days when I had the Dry Martini, the parade used to originate out of Port Everglades.
Mhm.
And we were based right out of Port Everglades there at the Best Western Marina Motor Inn.
Yeah.
And we'd have sometimes boat parade parties that would last 2 and 3 days. I mean, we couldn't get the people to leave. It was just pretty outrageous parties. Those are, I guess, my favorite times. But
Yeah.
now I'm a little calmer now, and so I'll just like stand by and watch it as they go by.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, Walt, I'll let you go get your prime location there and get anchored off, the runway or whatever they call the parade route there at the Winterfest Boat Parade. And thanks for checking in, giving us a man on the water report, or at least almost. He's getting ready to leave for the vessel now. All right, Walt?
On the way, buddy. Thanks
right.
a lot. You guys have a great evening.
Yes. Merry Christmas to you, too, my friend. All right, there you go. Captain Walt DiMartini. He's our man in the know. I mean, he knows everybody down there in Fort Lauderdale and is quite a legend in his own right. By the way, if you just ask around, especially to any of the dive operators down in South Florida, and you bring up Captain Walt's name, Captain Walt DiMartini, or the Dry Martini dive boat, he hadn't been running this thing for like 30 years, but he's still known around the community because he used to hire his crew, his dive crew, were these beautiful ladies, and he had a thing for picking the most beautiful crew on a boat in the world. I mean, literally, it's legendary in the dive industry, and it was so funny. A couple of years ago, I was down there diving. Around the holidays, around this time. And I was down there getting my gear set up on the dive boat, and all of a sudden the VHF radio crackles to life. And one guy goes, "Hey, Joe." "Yeah, what's up, Dave?" "Hey, whatever that Captain Walt DiMartini guy." "Oh, yeah, he retired a few years ago, 10 years ago. Or, yeah, oh, he had the best crew ever. Yeah, it was like amazing. Yeah, yeah, that was a good old days. Yeah, I know what you mean, Dave." I mean, I was dying like, I know him.
Yeah.
He's like
Do you know
Santa.
some
I
of them?
know him.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, that's probably too much information. But yeah, Walt knows how to do it right. And that's the kind of thing you get. It's always who you know. He knows everybody down there in South Florida, so he has many options. But at least we can get live vicariously through his exploits,
his antics.
And he gave you his insights, and that's always good to know. All right. So, by the way, after your boat ran so well in the Everglades yesterday, were you tempted to take it out for the boat parade tonight there in Fort Lauderdale, or that wasn't part of the agenda?
No. I'm not doing that tonight. But we are going to go back out. There are a lot of other canals that we can go down.
Right.
There are some.
Well, why wouldn't you go out tonight? Too many people out on the water for the parade, or is it blowing down there in South Florida, or what?
It's supposed to rain later, but it isn't even that. Night boating is a whole different issue. Especially, it's an hour's drive from here to the ramp there. I got to find a ramp that's going to stay open, so I'd probably have to go to Harbor Town Marina. Because the one I normally use closes at, I think, 11 p.m.
Yeah, and you have a sensor or something you have to replace now.
Well, I could live without the sensor. I mean, yeah, you can't replace it. You can't even get it anymore. Well, this
No.
is the original depth sounder that came with the boat, and it's a 2007 boat.
Yeah.
So the sensor was made of plastic. The mount was made of plastic. Apparently, it broke off. The only thing that was holding the sensor in place, and now it makes sense, was the wire, the cable that ran the thing. So every time I'd stop,
Yeah.
it would give me the right, tell me what the water temperature was and everything else. Every time I started going, it would start jumping around again until the wire just broke.
Yeah.
So you can't just put another sensor on that. All that stuff is waterproof. You
Right.
cannot have anything put together. So I've already picked out a new depth sounder plus transducer, and I will send the info over to you so that the World of Boating treasure
get you
chest
one
can
for
buy one
Christmas?
for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically,
Ironically,
we already
what?
have you down for your lump of coal.
Oh, thanks.
that,
Well, that's
you
okay.
get
I can
every
use
year.
it to keep warm.
Actually, yeah, we don't even have budget for coal. So
And then one other strange thing happened when I loaded up the boat. I follow a certain routine in my head, and I just wasn't thinking straight. And I was waiting for Allie to come back, so I put my antenna down early, and then I loaded my boat onto the trailer.
yeah.
Now the boat has two plastic guides
Right.
that help the boat slide into the trailer.
Mhm.
Well, my antenna, because I had lowered it down, instead of going on the inside where it's supposed to go, went on the outside. So the stainless steel bracket that it was attached to was now bent when the antenna was sticking
So you
out.
broke two things.
I broke two things.
but the boat ran great.
Yeah,
at
the,
least.
the engine, it purred.
So
the,
how
the
much is
bracket I
this
was
new
able to fix.
depth sounder thing? How much is that? You figure?
The
you
one
gotta
I'm
buy?
going to get is currently on sale for $160.
Okay, and the bracket about another.
No,
25,
it
50.
comes with the bracket I fixed.
You fixed that? Okay.
I took it apart and I fixed it last night,
All
so
right.
it's straight
Well,
again.
it doesn't matter. You wouldn't get either from us.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating,
I do like the water.
the radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Here you go, man. Merry Christmas.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the boat around and out the crew on this holiday weekend. Hopefully you're making the best of it. Getting ready for a Christmas light boat parade. Taking your boat out for the first time in a year. I mean, we didn't really address why it's been so long, other than your boatmate has been a little incapacitated. That kept you from the water, I guess, Barry, until
well,
now.
she had major surgery on her neck, and
Right.
the last thing I wanted to do is jostle any of her bionic implants that
Right.
are now in there.
But
so.
you needed her to help you out on the water, I guess.
Well, it's just, I mean, I go out on the water by myself sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have someone with you. Boating
Right.
is really it can be more than a one-person thing, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just nice. She likes to go out there, and we like to explore.
Yeah.
So we went.
What
to
else
new
did
places.
you see out there in the Everglades other than a gator and the
Alligators and blue
lox?
herons and white herons and some
Yeah.
strange-looking duck type thing, and
Yeah.
she was hoping to see panthers, and I said, no, those are night creatures. You won't see those at night.
Yeah.
You may see a bear because we do have black bears, but the area we were in was a lot of sawgrass.
Mhm.
And you could tell the dry areas from the wet areas. The dry areas will have regular trees there, the kind that need land for the roots.
Yeah.
You just see sawgrass, that's all wet. There's all water there. So there's no place for you to stand or anything.
So that was
like that.
your gauge on where you could take your boat and where you wouldn't want to take it?
Well, no, I wouldn't take it into the sawgrass. It would foul up the prop and the engine really quick.
Yeah.
But there are canals that were cut there years ago, back when the first people came to Florida and realized that we could make this into a great booming economy and just drain the Everglades. They didn't understand how our water system worked here.
Mhm.
And they now they realize that this whole draining the Everglades concept was not a good idea.
Yeah.
So
But
they had dug all these canals. They're all straight as a as an arrow.
Yeah. Well, how
These
busy
aren't
was it?
natural.
Well, I mean, did you not
It was
see?
quiet.
Yeah, I was
There-
going to
there
say,
was-
you get out there, you're out with nature, and you don't see another
Oh,
boat
yeah.
hardly at
No,
all.
no, there were just a couple of fishing people out there. There were some boats or some trailers where we had launched from, so we know there were people out there fishing. But there's these canals can take you all over the place.
Yeah.
As long as you stay within the locks of that area. There's
So-
airboat rides. If you don't have a boat, you could go on one of those.
How do you keep from getting lost down there? Just with your GPS, or
Actually, my GPS didn't show anything. It was completely blank out there. It doesn't have any navigable water maps built into it for that area, which I'm
Yeah.
kind of sad about.
so you just got to
Uh,
remember which way you came
No, I
down
used
the
my
canal.
well, I used my car GPS
Right.
because Google Maps actually shows the canals and would show you where you were in the canal. But yeah, I mean, you really could not get lost if you stay in the canals.
Mhm.
We just followed all the way down, and then I followed the track all the way back. It was a straight, not a straight line, but it was one big wide canal that just took us all the way down.
Yeah.
Now there were some other canals that went off in other directions, which we will try later on.
Okay.
I'll
And how
fix-
far you figure you traversed through the
Oh, about
Everglades?
almost 60 miles.
Wow.
Yeah,
So 30 miles each way.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And-
We were up in Miccosukee land there.
Yeah. Was there any
Yeah.
other places where you could stop along the way and visit something, or are you just out in the middle of nowhere, or what?
There are supposed to be some campsites out there where you can, I guess, pull your boat in. And as I said, there are some areas that are dry areas.
Dump a dead body, that kind of thing.
Well, if you're going to do that, you want to go deeper in the Everglades.
Oh,
I'll show you where
okay.
one day, Greg.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll show you where we put all the bodies.
All right, Dexter.
Okay.
So, okay. So you have, you did that. You did see some gators, though. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, a lot of gators. She was amazed, and
Yeah.
then seeing them in the water, they just kind of float along there.
Yeah.
They don't get close to you. They hear the boat and they just kind of move away.
Right.
And we were trying to get close enough to get some good pictures. I did send you some photos, and I sent you a couple of videos that she took of us. And if you watch it, the boat loved the water. This boat was designed for flat water.
Yeah. What is the
it's
draft on
just-
that 17-foot Triumph? You figure
6 inches, 5
6 inches, really?
Yeah, yeah. But
that's-
the engine's not on a jack plate. So remember, the engine is about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet to the bottom of the skeg
Yeah.
below the boat.
Okay.
So I have my alarm on my dead depth cylinder
Yeah. 2
set
feet.
to 3 feet.
3 feet.
3 foot.
Okay.
It starts beeping at 3. Now it doesn't do anything. It just tells me the water's 32 degrees.
Yeah. Well, that retrofit with a new depth sounder and temperature gauge.
Oh,
and all-
yeah.
I mean, is that a pretty easy, like you'll do it yourself kind of thing?
Yeah,
or-
I installed it originally, and I'm just going to use the old wire that I had pulled underneath the boat inside the hull
Yeah.
to pull in the new cabling, and I'll mount the new one where the old one was. And I already sent you a link to it so that you could put it on my
Oh,
Christmas.
I deleted that. Yeah.
Yes. I'll send it again.
I'll forward it to Santa.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But actually, the new one is nicer. It has a GPS built into it, which is amazing, and
Yeah.
it's in color. Mine was in black and white,
Well,
but I
so
loved
this,
it. It worked great. It was simple.
well, yeah, but this will be like a blessing in disguise. So you got an upgrade. It didn't, what'd you say, $130? That's
Look,
chump change to a
It's
rich guy like
160
you.
yeah,
60.
rich guy like
Okay.
me. Know what? 160. You know what's nice is that it wasn't the engine or something major.
Well, true.
And
Right.
I was talking to someone about that when I showed him what happened. He says, "Well, that's easy." I said, "Yeah, the engine was running beautifully. All the work I did to it, rebuilding the oil system and everything else, it worked nice, and
Yeah.
it ran well on that fuel."
All right. So you're good. You burned off all that old fuel you thought was going to give you a problem, right?
Oh yeah, and then I put fresh fuel in and more stabilizer, and then, as I said, we're going back out. Hopefully in a week or so, as soon as I get this other
Yeah.
depth sounder installed.
So just
Because
so I'm
you
clear,
Yeah.
so you put more fuel back in it? If you aren't going to run it for a while, wouldn't you be better to just have it emptied
No,
out?
you're better off. No, you're better off keeping it full because the less air space you have, the less moisture it can get in there.
Yeah.
The boat's kept in a garage.
Right.
Okay. But what you're trying to do is keep moisture away from the fuel system because it has ethanol in it.
Right. But I
So a
mean,
lot
if
of-
you actually burned it to empty, which I guess you didn't do, right?
No, I burned it to it used about a half a tank. So
Yeah.
about 12 gallons of fuel was used.
Okay. But
And
but
it's-
you see what I'm saying? Just like if you turned off the fuel line on a lawnmower and burned off the all the fuel.
Oh, I do
out
that
of-
with the engine. When I and that was the other thing with fresh water is that you don't have to wash the boat. I just rinsed it off. I put the muffs on for a few minutes just to run some, fresh water through the fresh water.
Yeah.
And that was it. But what I do is I disconnect the fuel line and I let it run dry.
Yeah.
So the carbs don't have any water in the float bowls
Right.
when it's done. They're
Okay.
empty.
It's just in but you fill the tank up.
The fill tank, yeah, the gas tank is full with fresh fuel, high octane with fuel stabilizer.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to run it again, hopefully in a week or so. As soon as
Yeah.
I get this depth.
Where are you going to go this time? Same
Well,
place?
there are more canals for us to explore. Yeah,
In
we're
the
going to check out
Everglades.
some more canals.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get any more gator tail from the.
You're going to find
from
a
the
different place.
I don't know if we'll find a different place. There are different places that you could stop at.
Yeah,
maybe
fish
on the
camps
water.
and stuff. Aren't there a bunch of them?
Yeah, there is
scattered
one
throughout
fish.
there? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is one fish camp. I'm not sure how to get to it yet. I got to look at the canals or find charts or something
Yeah.
because I have nothing
Well, use your nose. Follow your nose.
that can help.
Yeah. I mean,
But
but once again, the one with the gator tail was a disappointment.
it's called Holiday Park, and it's a little concession stand they have there.
Yeah.
The rest of the food is fine.
Just
but
a bad
you
day
know,
for gator tail. That's all.
It wasn't the best.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
one opinion, one boater. Take it for what it's worth.
Well, the birds wouldn't eat it either.
Oh, well, that's one way to look at it. All right, so he's eating bird food scraps, I guess. On that note, we're going to wrap it up for this week. Till next time, remember, whether it is sail or motor,
life is better as a boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab!
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.